long term, they've got a goal that they're going to burn a lot of people.
Real good. We'll see you after a while then. Thank you, sir. Bye now. Is that good enough?
Sounds good to me. What are we supposed to do?
Okay. You go over to his place. They're loading out some trucks going elsewhere.
Okay.
But he will get you loaded today. It is 30-day pay. He pays 95 cents a mile.
That means Sammy Dunn has been hired. The company on the other end of the phone promises to pay $1,303 within 30 days. That company is run by Frank Cerati. It's called OTR Incorporated. We were told to be there by 2 p.m. to pick up the freight. Once inside, Cerati himself questioned us about who we were and how we learned about him. That night, warehousemen loaded us and sealed the trailer. The next day, paperwork complete, we rolled southeast through the warehouse district and out into the Mojave Desert with 29,271 pounds of mixed freight consigned to Cerati's terminal in Grapevine, Texas. A driver like Sammy Dunn is paid according to how much his truck earns. If the truck owner gets cheated, then the driver loses.
That was a real nice boss man, and he would more than likely give me something for my time and all, but he would be the one that would hurt, really. And if he was to have 2 or 3 loads like this, there would be no way. You know, it would just about put him under, you know, take everything he's got.
Eastbound, you got one in front of you on your side, about 5 miles, handing out green stamps to a four-wheeler, okay?
What do you think about when you're on these long hauls?
Just everything. One I did yesterday, next week, 10 years ago. Just anything to pass the time away.
Home?
Yeah, I think a lot about home. That comes up every 5, 10 minutes in your head, you know.
What Sammy and every other driver won't talk about on camera are the endless hours.
You know, in the world, you can make that kind of money and just run 70 hours a week.
Legally, they must average less than 9 a day, but it's an open secret they work 18, sleeping 4 or 5 hours in their trucks 7 days a week, except for only 8 or so days a month when they're home. As grueling as it is, most are thankful.
I really like it, you know, because you see a different sunset and a different sunrise every day. It's all right.
It's good that drivers accept the hardships because they really don't have a choice. Everything Sammy and his truck owner stand to earn comes in the last hours of his long days. For this trip, we were promised $1,303. But operational costs like fuel, maintenance, Sammy's pay, and insurance account for $990. Taxes, fees, and permits add another $167. We were weighed at every state line and our paperwork checked.
2158.
Deregulation brought thousands of new truck lines into competition and lowered freight rates. So profit on a run like this is only $146. Losing nearly the full $1,300 to an unscrupulous broker can be ruinous, according to truckers everywhere we stopped.
And it isn't funny when you're out there working your butt off and you end up losing everything you got. Okay, it's a hard road.
They'll get you.
How much?
Oh, very close, about $5,000.
I told none of the drivers why we were photographing a story on trucking. Still, every one of them raised the problem of crooked brokers. At least half said they had lost trucks because of the rampant fraud.
And I lost 3 pays on my truck, and they took my truck back.
A lot of brokers will take you to the bank. I mean, they'll take the money, they'll take food from your mouth, in other words.
They'll rip you off.
Yeah.
A man up in New Jersey went out of business. He just shut his doors and run off with his secretary and took all the money on the loads and everything. I never did collect.
I was still getting, he's coming in to take us right now, right here at 80.
Deregulation changed anything?
Well, it's changed some. It's made it worse, really, because now you've got a lot of fly-by-night outfits in there. Never used to be. There's a lot more crooks can operate now than before.
How much you get taken for?
$400.
Well, that's not too bad then. I guess that hurts though.
It still hurts.
It still hurts?
$400, $400. It's like me taking a paycheck away from me. It hurts.
3 days out of California, we stopped to spend the night about an hour from OTR's terminal in Grapevine, Texas. We were supposed to be there at 6 the next morning, but we arrived early. While we waited to be unloaded, other drivers told us about their loads. They said OTR was contracting for hundreds of thousands of dollars in freight services a month. The next day, our paperwork signed, we left OTR's terminal near Dallas and deadheaded eastward toward Sammy's home 600 miles away, listening to his favorite tune.
Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are blue. Sweet home Alabama, Lord, I'm coming home to you.
Sammy has been away from his family for almost a month. It's the one thing he regrets.
Well, just like me, I can't be home right now. I'd like to be, but it's just not that much happening around the house for me to, you know, have a job where I'll be home every night or say every other night. And so I just keep idling back to across this great nation until I do get something, you know. Something comes up.
Big wheels keep on turning, carry me home just like you. Singing songs about the Southland. I miss Alabama once again, and I think it's the same. Yeah.
24 hours from Grapevine, we reach Grove Hill, Alabama.
I know where y'all went to. Hey, Lily. Huh?
Next, I'll try to collect the bill from Frank Cerati's company using my own fictitious billing service. And when that fails, you'll hear Cerati's side of the story.
So you're gonna put me on television, huh?